Let's get a couple levels in here. Tick, tick. They sneak up on you. I keep getting more. I have 840 health now. It's up there. Age 29. I'm a little nervous about that. One more level and we get a perk, though. But, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Part of me was definitely kind of leaning towards the idea of, like, maybe I'm just so good at Dark Souls games that I, can just beat it without having to deal with the age mechanic that much. Because obviously the age mechanic makes me nervous. I think it should make everybody nervous. It's just kind of a distressing idea, is like, if you build yourself with, physical attributes in mind, because those are what work in the early game, but then you die too many times, so you then can't use them anymore. Like, that's obviously concerning. Like, as you get older, your physical attacks get worse, and your vitality, you know, like all your body stats get worse, and your mind stat becomes stronger. But if you put all your points into your body stats, then it's easy to be like a little concerned about how that's going to work out. Bye. It's definitely like the idea that, like, the further I get, is this playthrough gonna get in real big trouble, like in an unwinnable state? Because I put all my levels into something that has a time limit for how long is useful. On a level of, like, mechanics as storytelling, it's a pretty cool idea. And there are games that have dealt with, like, aging and stuff like that in different ways that have been interesting. But as a mechanically driven Souls-style game, how is that going to work out in the long run? Am I going to be in just deep shit? There we go. I'm adapting to some of these enemies. But also, my stats are just way higher.
The golem is vanquished? I never thought to see it. Perhaps a shred of hope remains in this desolate kingdom. Here, as promised.
This whip-fast weapon combines the speed of a flail with the smashing destruction of a hammer.
I have nothing more for you. I have...
That's it. Go fuck yourself. Go away forever now. Strength affinity. It's a flail? Oh, yep. I wouldn't call it whip fast. The entire screen shakes because of how heavy it is and how it's kind of awkward. It's definitely not a... Yeah. I wouldn't really hype its speed up as being a thing, but also, that's 3 consecutive strength weapons. Kind of being a dick game. You know I picked the agility weapon at the beginning, and you're just gonna keep taunting me. There's a few different elements of this game where I'm like, maybe there's not enough of that. Like, the boss fights are really simple. They have like 4 attacks. So you kind of just get into like the best loop of like baiting the easy to punish attack and hoping to avoid the really punishing attack that comes after you. And then a similar thing can be said about the leveling up system, where you have 4 stats in total. And because they use the affinity system that we're familiar with under different names in other games, where certain weapons scale with certain stats, you have a pretty obvious incentive to just pick strength or just pick agility. So far, none of these weapons scale with both. Like, there's some middle ground in Souls games because there are weapons that have agility and strength scaling. Sometimes they have agility and strength and intellect scaling, or faith, or whatever. Like, some weapons can scale with 3 different stats at times. This game, every single weapon I've seen so far, and admittedly it's a small sample size so far, scales with 1 stat in total. So that encourages a very clean split where you just ignore, you pick one stat and ignore the other one. So it takes a game with 4 stats, which is already kind of low for customization purposes, and functionally removes a few of them because they're pointless. Like strength and agility might as well be treated as one stat, which is the damage scaling stat. And putting stats into the other one just makes you worse at the one you want to actually be good at. So it just kind of irreparably makes you worse off. And that's not a great place to be. So the min-maxers, which presumably is just kind of just everybody at that point, unless you just want to actively make damaging choices for yourself, you're going to pick either strength or agility and not both. Oh, this is the same room where the other spear guy is. Then I go this way and there's a garden. Oh, wait, no, this is that room. I'm a fool. Was it past? Hey, buddy. I think it was past the... I keep wanting to say goblet. Cauldron. I think past the cauldron was where the painting was. Is it in here? You want to do this? You want to do this? Oh, I hate... Oh, I missed. Why do you take like 10 hits to kill, but the other guy takes 2 hits to kill? He doesn't seem very armored. I don't know. You kind of expect visually the enemy to look like way tankier if he's gonna live so much longer. But he's like from the same unit type of like being those little blue goblin guys. Like when spear guy takes longer to kill, I don't like balk at that. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks about right. Ah! Oh shit, that roll didn't work out. Hello, goat man. Please don't die near the cliff. I want to keep whatever you drop. Well, he was neat. That's a fucking trippy visual. It's like it's not quite right because they're obviously not going to use portal tech. Because that would be really rough to render here. Where they because the way that portal works is that they literally load an entire second environment and they show that behind the portals basically. That'd be pretty rough. So it is a 2D image, but they are trying to make it look like you're looking through a window. It's really trippy. It's kind of like the way that the graphics work in Myst 3 and 4, I think, are the ones where you still teleport node by node, and the whole game's technically in 2D, but you start looking around via like an entire sphere of image, so you can like look in every direction in those games instead of just a fixed angle. So it's like pseudo 3D, but it's really just like a sphere of two-dimensional texture all around you. Hey! We're off to somewhere new. Oh yeah. Yeah, like if you realize like that's where I just came from, it looks very strange perspective-wise. It's like not quite right for a number of reasons. There's like a reverse fisheye where that kind of looks correct-ish, but that looks so zoomed in and big for some reason. The area surrounding the painting looks huge. Huh. I'm in a new zone. This is a good time to do this. I have not traveled back to the original area for a while. I'm kind of wondering if I picked up anything that might be useful for navigating further into this place. Because I figure that's like the idea, right? Is I'll slowly collect things that let me unlock the mysteries of this building, the ward. Which is itself the setting of the next game / previous game. The next previous game. So we came from that direction originally. I don't know if we need to go back that way again. Diagnostic. Uplink failed. But power's good. Take me in. Okay, so it doesn't have to load necessarily, which is good because those are the elevators are actually pretty closely packed together. Like recording hardware, reports. We've read these before. Is that? No, that one. Dr. Harsgard. I'm pretty sure I've heard the same name in the DLC I've been playing for the main game. It's harder to absorb the story because I'm playing it in multiplayer. That's always a rough call when you're playing you put together your co-op multiplayer shooter and then you put like documents around to be read. It's like that's a hell of a interruption to the multiplayer. It's good to at least add them to your codex or something so you can read them in a different context. I don't know what the corn is going to be for. I'm surprised it's like an environmental object. But we need a key card for this place. And you're all busted up. Yeah, I kind of figured. We need like some kind of wiring harness or some kind of wire-related repair item. This is where it just was. So I haven't gone here again today yet. Pacing-wise, I just kind of felt like it was time to come back here again. There was a decent chance we had a reason to come back. Ah! And I was right. Okay, so... I'm creating a ward section in my notes. I'm gonna write wires, question mark. Key card. I'll try to draw that. Let's see. There's like a backwards C, and then there's like a forward C that has a line in it, and then there's a pi symbol, basically. Alright, so now I have physical notes about this place, so I don't have to come back here when I'm like just wondering what I might need in the future. But also, aha! I thought this was a wasted trip, but look at that. We have a symbol in the window. That is how to solve this area. And all I have to do is go back to the other zone entirely. That's a little rough. Ah. I totally want to do it now, but it's not great. I'm probably not going to do it right now. I'm probably going to finish the zone I'm in first. Then when I'm back in the overworld again, I'll go back to the first... or I guess second zone. The first offshoot from the hub world. And then visit that spot and see if I can type that code in. Because then I can use that teleporting... I can use that doorway to get there. Okay, so that's cool. We found something interesting. Something that I would have not necessarily even known to write down the first time I saw it because we didn't have context. Oh wait, I don't have to wait. For some reason I thought that I was gonna have to teleport back to where I came from when I used the stone, but no, I can teleport to any spot from here. I can just go there right now. I don't have to walk there from where I left off. I've added that as a waypoint and I can teleport there whenever I mean to. Alright, so let's try it right now then. Oh yeah, that's the backwards C. I guess it was the thumb icon, yeah, the finger looking thing. Then we want pi. Yep. Ooh. Nope. We just hit A and yeah, we exit out. Yeah. This is honestly like a much better... It's much better at being kind of a Zelda game than it is at being a Souls game. Hello. Huh? You don't seem very friendly. Oh, what the fuck? How'd you reach me? What was that? I guess that was meant to be a blocking animation. There he goes. Huh. I'm so torn on this game because I really like parts of it. It does exploring and puzzle solving so much better than From the Ashes does. And I like that we're progressing through 2 worlds simultaneously. I kind of wonder if this is mandatory or if it's like kind of optional, but it gives you like the good ending or if you get through this part or something. Is this a door I've seen the other side of before? Yes. Turns out I don't need that key card after all. Because I just opened it from behind, right? This should be like the main room. Yeah. Does it lock behind me? Oh. Oh no, wait. Shit. I can't remember. There was more to do in there, right? It wasn't just an enemy. I think there was a door. Crap, it does lock behind me. I gotta take the elevator and then take the portal, then take the other portal. Oh. In my defense, I didn't close the door. I did make the mistake of going out it, but I fell victim to video game self-closing door magic. Whoops. I wonder if this will come up again. Maybe I'll spot another path. Maybe not, though. I feel like I already found all the buttons on this thing, didn't I? I don't know if there's more buttons for me to find. This kind of reminds me of Abduction a little bit. Partly because of the loading screens. Where it's, they made a core mechanic be this, like, teleporting between areas. But as a result, you have to spend a lot of time loading. Abduction really leaned into it, though. Like, it was the core puzzle mechanic for the entire game at some point. And you're like, oh god, please no. every single time I take the next step in a puzzle, it's like a 30-second loading time. It might be better now. But when it was new, it was pretty rough. Are you alive? Am I meeting another character? You know, I'm instinctively like, this is a weird interaction screen, right? But this, I guess, calls back to the idea of it being a VR game, huh? Whole blood. Because you would, like, teleport here and get to look around, like, wow, I'm really here in VR. It feels so real, especially the way that his belt stretches when he breathes, the way that belts do. That's unfortunate. He's got a maze on his... He's got like an Elliot Page maze on his breast from Inception. Press kill him button. Diagnostic. Codename Labyrinth. Testing signal okay. Notes. Unlike the other subjects, Subject 3323's connection to the extra-dimensional being. This feedback is expanded outside of 3323's mind, and in a fashion none of us have yet. Dr. Harsgaard noticed yesterday that while 3323's equipment is clearly drawing power, it is... Cool. I don't think that's supposed to... I know that some of the documents are bugged out in universe, because they're corrupted files. I think that's a bug. I think that's just a real bug, the fact that all of those documents stopped after 2 lines, so I can't read it. That's unfortunate. Because that's the context we get for that thing. The labyrinth guy. And the game's too buggy at the moment. Ooh. Is that just an endless flatline sound? Yeah. What's going on, buddy? Cyclops. Deceased. Oh. Wasn't that the first boss? Subject complained of persistent headache and mild nausea after removal from the chair. As per Dr. Harsgaard, time in chair to be increased from 12 hours to 16 hours daily. By orders of Dr. Harsgaard, subject not to be removed from chair until further notice. Monitor vitals and report any anomalies to Dr. Harsgaard himself. Cool. Weird that that one's not called a corrupted file like the other one is. Terminate connection. Termination failed. I think I killed him by defeating the first boss. So is this... Am I finding out this area is full of a bunch of patients I'm gonna murder by solving puzzles? Or, I mean, by beating levels? These guys breathe really aggressively. Maybe because they're monsters right now in a VR world. Huh. If this was originally a VR game, you can see where they like incorporated that into the narrative. Because I look like this in real life if I'm playing it in VR. Not quite like that. In fact, I'm probably standing up, or I'm not probably not laying down at least. But like you're wearing goggles and you're controlling this character, and they're wearing goggles and controlling those characters, and you kill them and they die for good. But I don't die for good when they kill me, so a bit unfair. Codename Many Faces. Testing signal, okay. Testing vital signs, nominal. Subject is acclimating quickly to the device. Elevated heart rate has been remedied, and now maintaining nominal vital signs. Wait. Researchers have dubbed this fearsome entity Geryon after a Greek mythological giant with 3 hands. The name does not fit precisely, but the destruction of which our version of Geryon is capable is monstrous without a doubt. And the name has stuck. Of note is the wide variation of sensory input we receive through the neural connection, depending on which aspect Geryon chooses to manifest. By orders of Dr. Harsgard, subject not to be removed from the chair until further noticed. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't terminate their connection, whether alive or dead. If they were alive, I would be killing the boss fight before I find them, which would be a hell of a cheat code. So honorable. But I also can't terminate them when they're dead, which means that either the computer can't tell that they're dead or it doesn't care. Huh. Well, this was a very interesting discovery, but I think there's nothing I can do in here. I could attack them, I guess. So honorable. I guess I'll go back. And then we'll teleport off to Fireplace. Or whatever the new place was. Hopefully I can recognize it via the portrait. Let's see. It was the jungle. Okay, yeah, it was, yeah, the Ewok village. I actually did kind of forget what the new world was, because I haven't actually spent time in it yet. So now there's a little more meaning added to the rotating labyrinth that's on our loading screen. Because if nothing else, it's on the shirts of the people that seem to be controlling my enemies. That seems like an exploitable pattern. Interesting looking weapons. I almost thought they were wrenches at first. These guys are going down pretty smoothly. Okay, but why are they loot boxes? I have to like open them as a 2-stage process. It's just strange. Ooh, only one more shard, making me really regret the fact that I opened the last one. Hey, more of that stuff. Let's not use it this time. We've learned our lesson. You're the reason I don't have an upgraded weapon right now. It'll be kind of funny if that room just kind of gave away the structure of the game. Like those 3 guys are my foes, because that'll make this game surprisingly similar to, not Hellpoint, the other one, Mortal Shell. In that it literally is like, here's the hub area, and that hub area connects to 3 main zones, and each of them ends in a boss fight that is the boss fights. Yeah, there's like mid-bosses here and there, and like more minor encounters here and there, but like the 3 big bad main boss fights, they're at the end of these 3 differently themed worlds. And that one, they were like, there's a fire world, and an ice world, and a rock world, I guess? The third one was harder to classify. This one, yeah, we had the Cyclops world, and now we're doing the world that features someone, either Labyrinth or Many Faces. And then I would figure that maybe you defeat all those. You go to each 3 of the themed worlds and defeat their boss, and then in the overworld maybe there's a final boss fight. If it turns out exactly like that, then it'll be actually like identical to Mortal Shell, which is kind of funny. Rule of 3s is powerful. People like the number 3. It's okay, you don't have to fight back. Just give in. These guys' habit of dodging backwards is actually making them one of the easier enemies in the game, despite their durability. Oop, sneaky. Yeah, if they dodge backwards, then they're just giving me the space I want, actually. And then I can just charge up my R2, which is a surprisingly versatile attack. Obviously, you want the big one. You want the arcane damage from fully charging it. But you can release it at any point, and it'll pretty much immediately release and start attacking. So if I realize I'm not going to get it off in time, I can just I really can just let go of it and hit them with the undercharged version, and it works just fine. Oh, tell me the other guy did not aggro. That's good. Ooh, sneaky. So that more or less, yeah, these are the guys we saw in the statue. That was the puzzle earlier. They're familiar. Is there no one else in this room? Is it just you? Yeah, they're kind of serving up victory for me so far. This might be a pretty chill zone to fight through. Unless they got more surprises coming my way. Oh, there's a big guy. He has reach. Look how big that weapon is. Oh, my hand's real glowy. I've noticed that less before, but now that the level's really dark, it's even more noticeable. It's because I have a fully charged meter for invincibility. Which I should probably just hold on to as long as possible until I really get in trouble. Because invincibility is a hell of a power to have. In fact, I guess that's another similarity between this and other game. Mortal Shell. Oop. Dude, spam right trigger and they just get stunned over and over again. Yay. Oh wait, you click on the weapon. Remember when I thought that I might regret upgrading this weapon so heavily? Because what if I get a better one immediately? That was foolish. I haven't seen a single other agility weapon yet. Dude, I just started spamming right trigger without charging it up at all, and he got stunned every single time. That might be like an infinite stun lock combo that makes that entire enemy type just kind of useless. Ow. I might beat this chapter really quickly. Can I get it one at a time? Yes, I can. Oh no. I had regrets. Like, I was very ranty last episode, and I was like, oh man, you did it. You went on one of your rants again. You're gonna get comments about that and blah blah blah. I've leveled twice already, shit. Like, you fool, you monster. How could you go on such a big rant at like, you're so full of it. You went, I don't know. I'm like not thinking of the sentence very well, so I'm just kind of looping. But it's like, that was unnecessary, wasn't it? You didn't need to go on such a big rant. But now this is happening, I'm like, you know, maybe this game's not very good. Maybe it has like a few Zelda elements that you kind of want to see more of, and you're like happy with those parts, but maybe this game's kind of trash. Maybe this game's kind of trash. Ow, shit. That's getting me in trouble. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, the heal takes so long. Why does the heal have to take so long? God, he's really keeping up with me, too. I'm just gonna have to use a ladder. He's powerless against ladders. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I was gonna die. He's just waiting for me down there. Like, obviously I can't use the ladder. Plunging attack! There's no plunging attack in this game. Ow. We're perfectly timed with each other, oh no. My god. Like, I have to be careful about establishing that combo, but once you start it, it doesn't stop. I don't even feel like I'm cheesing. I'm just pressing the heavy attack over and over again. Like, this should have come up in testing. This is definitely on the game and not on me for using this tactic. It's like, why would you just ignore the fact that you can stun lock them forever with one of your normal attacks? That's unfortunate, but I'm gonna use it because I'm not loving the combat in this game. So if there's everyone in this chapter is just really easy to beat through stupid means, then I'll just do that. That looks like a unintended hole in the level. That doesn't look like it's supposed to look like that. Uh-oh. Nope, checkpoint. Wow. Not even like the level wrapping in on itself or anything like that. They thought that was a gauntlet I should not have to repeat, so here's an all new checkpoint. Okay. Ooh, two of them at once. So which way do I want to go first? Ah! Check him out, he's got a double flute. Takes me back to Dark Crystal, because that's all I ever think about. Can you be a friendly NPC I can talk to? I could use some more interactions with people in this game, honestly. Although, if he does turn hostile and stop playing, then this will weirdly be another thing this game has in common with Mortal Shell. Because in Mortal Shell, there's people playing loots everywhere, and then they interrupt their playing to fight you to the death, and then you kind of feel sad. Like, oh no, they're capable of art. They're not just mindless zombies. Oh no.